Everyone, welcome back to Brooke In The Air. We were gone for a couple weeks there. I did post continuous updates on my live on YouTube. We were really sick. I mean, we're talking like not vomiting sick. We're gonna spare you those details, but we were like can't get out of bed really sick. So yeah, just like that. But today we will be going over the SkyTeam Alliance. You know, I did a similar treatment with Star Alliance, so I figure we'll do SkyTeam as well. And next week I think we'll do One World. So we'll have all three alliances done. There is conditionally a fourth alliance, but it's mostly low-cost carriers.
You mean special?
Special, sure.
Yeah.
We have special low-cost carriers. There's a Vanilla Alliance, the U-Fly Alliance, and the Low-Cost Alliance.
But before we begin, perhaps we should show them some of the updates.
Oh yes. So we have an entire new logo.
Yeah.
So that's our new studio screen.
It is set up the way it is. Eventually we're going to try and raise it up a little bit higher. But for as of right now, this moment, the string was long, so we did with what we did. But eventually it's going to be above her head, so you can see it all the time. But this was just for a proof of concept, and adjustments will be done in the next couple of weeks.
Yes, hopefully if things are on track. So today we are going over, like I said, the SkyTeam Alliance, which is the second of 3 airline alliances, and is technically, again, the second largest airline alliance, with the largest being Star Alliance.
And it has some fun members.
We'll come to those in just a bit. But overall, Star Alliance has 27, going on 28 members. SkyTeam has 19 members.
Well, sort of. Remember? Sanctions?
Oh, yeah. So 18 members, 19 asterisk.
Yeah. You can probably guess who we're talking about.
The Russian flight carrier Aeroflot.
Which we actually have a picture about them. That's the
Yes.
one.
Let's see.
First picture?
First picture is the SkyTeam logo. Or, I guess we're skipping this one.
No, talk about the SkyTeam logo. What does it mean?
So, unlike the Star Alliance logo, which had the 5 points of a star indicating the 5 founding members, SAS, United Airlines, Air Canada, Lufthansa, and Thai International, the SkyTeam logo doesn't really stand for anything. It just looks good and cool. It was created by an artist in the Netherlands to create the logo in the first place. As you can see, SkyTeam is written in the top portion of the moon, and the crescent moon is on the bottom, and has the lyrical symphonic note in the middle.
So that curly Q thing is a what now again?
Like a symphonic note?
Oh, a symphonic note that means what?
Doesn't really mean anything.
So it's there to look pretty.
Yeah.
Wow. Great job, SkyTeam. It's supposed to look pretty and say SkyTeam. Cool.
Pretty much. So this is one of SkyTeam's first members, Czech Airlines. Now, Czech Airlines is still in existence today.
Now, did they join before or after Czechoslovakia split?
After.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so they joined after it became Czechia.
No, before it became Czechia.
Oh yeah.
After the split with Slovakia, when it was still Czech Republic. This is the 737-400 model, and which is pretty much the only type used by Czech Airlines. But it illustrates the SkyTeam logo and their specialized livery.
Is that why you didn't put a lot of the other pictures in there? Because stuff like American Airlines that is part of SkyTeam.
American is flying airline One World.
Oh, that's right, the One World. It's Delta?
Yeah.
So why no Delta pictures? Do they just not have any SkyTeam?
They have a few, but not really anything that are aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, so... I'm going to leave my personal opinions about Delta alone. And on to the fun one.
So yes, this is an Aeroflot.
Wait, is that a Tupolev?
No, this is a Sukhoi Superjet.
Oh, Sukhoi. Okay.
Now, Aeroflot did sell off like 95% of their Sukhoi Superjets in 2022 to because they couldn't afford to keep them in operation.
Spare parts, right?
So most of them to Russia, actually. Now, Russia is another Russian airline, but they're a little closer to international borders.
But if I remember correctly, they had to kick off all new orders because nobody would sell to them. But that's beside the point. We could do a whole episode about Russian airlines.
Yeah, and that would pretty much get us banned from every airline in the Russian area, which really isn't that much of a bad thing, really. But yeah.
Well, it might be interesting to cover the safety history of them, which is...
See, other YouTube bloggers, like Josh Cahill, like to experience Russian airlines because it's fun, and they want to showcase how people are nice. But you know what?
Well, speaking of Josh, I know we're tangenting a little, but didn't he almost get stuck in Russia right after the sanctions because of that?
Almost, yeah. In fact, he almost crash landed in Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you are a baller, mad respect, but seriously, calm down.
And you also need to realize that some people will, like a vast majority of people, will not travel to a state which has a lot of sanctions against it and is undergoing a massive war.
Yeah. We do respect your moxie. No doubt in that. I know this is a shameless plug, but we do actually love watching your stuff. But, bro, be careful. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, speaking of things that didn't fully cut it, unlike Josh Cahill, who cuts above the rest.
So, Southwest was a low-cost carrier considered for admission to SkyTeam about a couple years ago, but they didn't make the cut.
Why not?
Because primarily they're a low-cost carrier. They don't fly to any international destinations. Their longest route is Honolulu to San Diego. No, I'm sorry, the longest route is Honolulu to Houston.
Yeah. Because Houston is their home base.
Yep.
But they technically are part of... Well, they could technically head their own group with the low-cost carriers and be a lead, but... America doesn't like playing nice.
Yeah, the low-cost carriers view Southwest as a competitor.
Yeah, well, they view everybody as a competitor in low-cost. But speaking of one that she spoke of earlier...
So United is not a member of SkyTeam, but United is a founding member of the Star Alliance, which is, as I mentioned, a world leader in airline alliances and in revenue passengers carried.
And it was one of the direct reasons that since they were in the Star Alliance and the Star Alliance had gotten so big, that SkyTeam was competitively formed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Star Alliance was formed in the late 90s, and SkyTeam was formed in 2008.
Yeah, because they finally had enough of not being able to do co-chairs and...
Like, they could use co-chairs regardless. Like Emirates...
I guess coordination is what I meant.
Like, Emirates Etihad have co-chairs with a number of U.S. airlines, but they wanted a more formal recognition of unity to compete with Star Alliance.
And what's absolutely hilarious about the whole thing, I believe, whether we're talking about Star Alliance, SkyTeam, where's One World headquartered?
One World is headquartered in Dallas.
Which is absolutely hilarious. It is the only...
It's also the headquarters of American Airlines.
Yeah. So it is the only group that's actually headquartered in America, because we already know where Star Alliance is headquartered, which is...
On the grounds of Frankfurt am Main and Frankfurt Airport, Germany.
Yeah. But the reason we mention this is that.
Because SkyTeam is headquartered right in this building, in the World Trade Center. Not the World Trade Center, but in the World Trade Center in Schiphol Airport in Netherlands. I'm not going to try to pronounce the town. I can't. So, yeah.
She had enough trouble just trying to pronounce some German cities when we were in Germany. Which, by the way, we're working on those. We've actually got a contractor working on that because we are very busy.
Oh yeah.
And we apologize for it taking so long.
In fact, if you look there on the far left of your screen, you'll see the headquarters for Sheraton Group hotels.
Alright. And this is potentially what you might experience. This
is the Delta One suite.
Yeah.
This is by far the flagship suite of the SkyTeam Alliance. You'll only find these on their long-haul routes. They do have sliding doors for optimum privacy. They have built-in headphones on the rack there that they distribute for each flight. They have vanity kits, but what airline doesn't have vanity kits on long-haul international routes anyway?
In first class, at least.
Yeah. Well, some airlines have them in premium economy too, but yeah. The cozy bag there contains all your bedding, including blankets and pillow. And like most business and first class suites, this chair folds out into a fully lit bed.
Yep.
But if you ask me, I still prefer the Air Canada and Singapore first class.
Which we will get to try. We're going to be trying Polaris sometime soon, within the next year or so. So we'll give you guys a review on that.
Oh yeah. We were going to try Polaris on our trip to Germany, but Air Canada.
Changing was expensive.
Yeah. Air Canada had better deal overall anyway.
Yeah. Which, again, reviews of that from the GoPros will be up soon. You can already experience all the reviews from her phone recordings.
Mm-hmm.
So those get uploaded immediately, but the GoPro recordings
are higher quality and require more work.
Yeah. They also, what we're trying to do is we're trying to do a voiceover on it. So we've got to cut them all together and then do the voiceover. So it takes a little bit of time, and we've been, well, rather busy with work. Because you started a new job right after we got back.
Yes. Brooke from Brooke In The Air is now a federal employee.
Mm-hmm. And Tech Minion is still running himself ragged at work.
And as you can see, Delta One Suite has their seat controls right here on the far corner.
Mm-hmm.
Far right of your screen there on the panel. Right next to the American USB and power outlet charging ports.
Yep. Now we get to the big picture of big pictures.
So, I was going to ask you guys if you can identify which airlines were in the Star Alliance and which airlines were in SkyTeam and which didn't give a crap either way. But it'd be easier if I just went over a few of these for you. So, Aer Lingus was in One World, but is now staying on its own.
For some reason, even though they're considered now a low-cost carrier.
Aeroflot is in exile from SkyTeam. Aeromexico was a founding member of SkyTeam and is still a member. Africa Airways is member of One World. Air Algeria stands on its own. Air Blue is no longer well, it kind of is in existence, but no longer. Air Canada, Star Alliance, founding member.
Air China.
Yeah, Air China. Star Alliance. Air France, One World. Air Mauritius. SkyTeam. Air New Zealand, Star Alliance. Air Transat. Now, that's an interesting one because Air Transat was just bought out by Air Canada in whole. So they will be moving from non-affiliated to Star Alliance very soon. ANA, Star Alliance. American Airlines, founding member of One World. Asiana, Star Alliance. Now, they were bought out by Korean Air, so they will be moving to One World eventually. Biman Bangladesh, unaffiliated. BA, British Airways. One World. British Midland.
I don't think it exists anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore. Now member of BA.
Yeah. It might be a subsidiary of like their local.
It's now member of BA.
Oh, okay.
Caribbean Air.
I think it doesn't exist anymore.
No, they still exist, but they're unaffiliated. They make
right.
small regional hops from Caribbean Islands.
Oh, yeah.
I
Probably
think,
headquartered out of whatever that big crash one was.
no, they're
Tenerife?
actually headquartered in Kingston, Jamaica.
Hmm.
And you forget Tenerife is off the coast of Spain.
That's true, yeah.
Cathay Pacific. One World. China Eastern. SkyTeam.
Yeah, because they still... Yeah. China itself is an interesting case. I think the entire country has how many airlines, did you say?
God, like 12.
Yeah.
There's one national flag carrier, and then there's like 12 additional carriers that it.
Not counting the exiled carrier.
Yeah.
The one for Taiwan.
Continental United, they have the same livery because they're one airline now.
Mm-hmm.
Continental merged with United in 2010 to become an even bigger member of Star Alliance.
I believe we're on Delta.
Yes, Delta Airlines. Founding member of SkyTeam.
Technically, shouldn't there be like a thing for cargo carriers too?
There should be. There's enough cargo carriers to make it that way, but there's not.
So then we'd have to cover a whole bunch of other ones like Atlas and Amazon Air.
Same thing.
Yeah.
DHL Aviation. Now, DHL and Lufthansa have partnered together to create a separate cargo company. But that's a different topic. Eastern Airways doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, who was it bought out by? Or did it fold?
Eastern Air went bankrupt.
That's right, kind of like TWA.
LL, the only airline to ban me so far.
Yeah, because LL, much like a couple of other Middle Eastern airlines, takes your opinions that you write on about the local subject matter quite ridiculously.
Oh yeah.
So, for instance, if you say anything bad about a couple of the other ones, Etihad, Emirates, then
they'll look down on you a bit, but they won't ban you. Qatar, on the other hand,
will ban you if you get snippy.
yes. Japan Airlines, One World member.
You skipped ahead?
Just a bit. Finnair, One World member. Flybe, unaffiliated. Gambia Bird Airlines doesn't exist anymore.
Probably folded if I'm guessing, because Gambia, well, is not very,
Friendly to tourists.
I was gonna go stable.
That too. Germania does not exist anymore.
Bought up by Lufthansa?
Yes. Gulf Air does exist. In fact, Gulf Air is on the rise. Gulf Air's Falcon Gold Suite is actually prized among first-class suites. Let's see. Emirates Air is on the short list of aircraft to fly very soon. Emirates is, of course, based in Dubai.
Yeah, which, that'll be an interesting one. I mean, there will be a better chance for us to fly a lot of these carriers if we move to Germany. Mm-hmm. Because, well, how much of the entire Star Alliance is owned by Lufthansa?
Oh, like 2/3?
Yeah, which is...
Around 75%?
Yeah, which is hilarious, but it means efficiency.
Like, we're talking carriers like Swiss International, Condor, Lufthansa City Line, Lufthansa Regional.
Germanwings?
So, Eurowings.
Oh, yeah, Eurowings. Yeah, that was an interesting thing. They changed it up, but still kept the same things except for the livery due to a couple of, probably the most polite way to say it is scandals.
Yeah. No, a lot of airlines have had scandals, but yeah, that one, a little close to home.
Yeah.
but generally speaking, they're leisure airlines, so they are targeting vacationers, tourists, once a year people, maybe twice a year. People who don't really know what to expect in airlines.
Yeah.
Now, we were considering taking Finnair on our trip to Germany or back.
It was really expensive, I think, wasn't it?
It wasn't that expensive comparatively, but their business class seats were not that impressive.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we chose it. It was not very well reviewed.
Yeah, they didn't have lie-flat seats. They had throne seats for almost everyone. There was no direct aisle access for anyone except those in the aisle. Their business class was 222.
Sorry, random thing that I just noticed. This is a very old picture. This still has U.S. Airways on it.
Yeah.
Who was bought out by American?
U.S. Airways. Let's see. Taram, there is another founding member of SkyTeam. Down the bottom.
Oh god, they've got Syrian Air in here.
Vietnam Airlines. Member of SkyTeam, but they're also one of the best airlines in Southeast Asia. Or in Asia in general.
Okay, I'm gonna be rude for a second. What does Turkmenistan Airlines fly?
Tupolevs.
Oh, yeah,
And Sukhois.
No, that makes sense, because that's what they have available.
Swifter doesn't exist anymore. Brussels Airlines technically exists, but Brussels Airlines now...
Bought out by Lufthansa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When in doubt, if it's in Europe, if you haven't heard of it, it's probably been bought out by Lufthansa. That is the general rule.
By remodeled, refitted, and re-equipped by Lufthansa.
Like, I think, weren't the Greek airlines even bought out by Lufthansa?
Yeah. And, to add insult to injury, in a way, Alitalia was owned was partially owned by Lufthansa, and now IT Airways, its successor, is now 41% owned by Lufthansa with the option to acquire an additional stake in a few years.
Yeah, we could literally give an entire episode on Lufthansa itself.
Probably will at one point. Now, Eva Air, right there, is one of Taiwan's 2 flag carriers and one of the best airlines in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jet2 is still in existence. Jet2 Airlines. However, they're a low-cost carrier.
Yeah. Kind of like Ryanair. Which, that's another one that's been gobbling people up. Not to a very good deal, though.
Ryanair is the largest airline in Europe, with the number 2 spot being held by Lufthansa.
Yeah. And Ryanair is basically pulling off what
Spirit tried and couldn't.
Spirit, JetBlue, Southwest, and Frontier, and Allegiant, if they all got into a group.
JetBlue basically said, it's low-cost business, fuck it, and we're just going to try and compete with big dogs.
And it hasn't worked out so well.
Iran Air is still in existence right there, but it is a sanctioned airline.
Yeah, but,
Iraqi Airways is still in existence, and it's not sanctioned, but it is frowned upon to travel on there.
I see Titan Airways, is that right?
No. Oh wait, yes. Titan Airways. It's no longer in existence now.
Yeah, I've never heard of them, that's why I was like, really, what?
Thomas Cook and Thompson Airlines, no longer in existence.
Yeah.
Thai Airways is still going strong.
Syrian Air is also sanctioned, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ever since the Civil War began, really.
Most of these have... The reason they've been sanctioned is because America especially likes to throw its weight around. And just like with the fact that the international language for airlines is English, if America doesn't allow you to fly somewhere, there's a pretty good chance you're going to go belly up.
Oh, yeah.
The only other special case is Atom Air in Europe, but that's beside the point.
Now, Singapore Airlines coded by ITA as SQ, is not only going strong right now, but they are one of the best.
Hopefully we'll eventually get to fly on them, but yeah. That's going to be an endeavor. Which...
Well, a slight endeavor. It's going to try to pull some of my punches here.
Yeah, which, on that note, speaking of things, we might as well get to this one.
So not only are these the two main SkyTeam logos, as you'll see on the left, SkyTeam is emblazoned on a tail fin on the chosen livery of any of their members, or 19 members. And more importantly, if I may plug myself here, my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook, and my Patreon, and my central website are all listed here for you. Now you can go back and visit this at any time in the future, at any time you want, and I heartily encourage you to do so. I really appreciate all the support.
Again, we know we haven't been very reliable getting the GoPro videos up. We're sorry, but work has been working us both to death.
I have a lot of crap thrown at me, and tomorrow I'm getting more.
Yeah. And to give you guys an idea, I have been working at my job as the singular person for probably, what is it, close to 9 months. So, between that, school, trying to find time to get the video editing done has been nigh impossible.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why you haven't seen Germany, you haven't seen Dayton. Yes, we went to the United States Air Force Museum.
Oh, yes.
Which we still have to cover that a little bit, don't we?
A little bit, yeah. Now, the members of the SkyTeam Alliance, I'll go over this real quick. The actual members. Aerolíneas Argentina. The Flight Care of Argentina. Air Mexico, which is still in existence, but it's fallen from grace a bit. Air Europa, Air France, China Airlines, China Eastern, Shanghai, Czech Airlines, Delta, of course, Garuda Indonesia, which is filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Let's see, ITA Airways, which is pulling out pretty soon. Kenya Airways, KLM, Korean Air, Middle East Airlines, Saudia, Tehran, Vietnam Airlines, Virgin Atlantic, and Xiamen Air.
All sorts of fun.
Now with KLM, I should say the KLM/Air France group buying SAS, they're going to probably pull out of Star Alliance very soon. But that's okay, because Star Alliance gains at least 3 new members. So we'll have 2 members exiting over the next 3 to 4 years, and 3 members joining in the next 4 to 5 years.
Which just gets to be so much fun for all of it.
Now, Tripper 2 is going to be a little bit easier coming up because I do have close to 200,000 air miles.
Yeah, so that's going to be, hopefully, pretty easy to do. I mean, we are going to try and go on some local ones.
Yeah.
For just short trips. But we shall see what happens.
So for now, please donate to my Patreon, join my YouTube here, and etc. And I will see you on the air. And I love you very much. Be safe. Safe travels wherever your path may take you. Bye bye.